I played his keyboard because size doesn't matter.
It's those are good. Let's just go into this, Chris. We're on anyway, right? Because I noticed we were live in the other room. Okay, good. So here we are, Liquid Lunch. It's me, Hugh, and Bo's here. It's Tuesday. I like the music is really good in the background. It's like we're doing a daytime television kind of thing.
I'm like the guy on the old David Letterman show, except I'm white.
I'm so glad you could
We're
come.
both bald. We're both bald.
you didn't have to admit to that. You know, you got the hat. You know, and plus he's from Ontario, as are you.
True.
Right? He's from Thunder Bay. You're from Ottawa.
T-Bay. I'm from Ottawa, South Keys.
Which
Nation's capital. The second nation's capital. Yes, that's right. Kingston was first. History.
Actually, Niagara Lake, was Niagara the Lake even the capital at one point? Even? Maybe? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it was official.
Maybe just for Upper Canada. I don't know. But we got Mellow Dee here.
Yo, what up, everybody?
And he's from Ottawa, South Keys, which I'd never heard of, but it's near the airport.
Now living in Pickering. I've been here now, 6 years?
Now, why Pickering? Just because it's closer to Ottawa?
Well, it's right beside the nuclear plant, and I figured,
That's where you
if
want
anything's
to
going to happen, I just want to be right there when it happens.
Yeah, because you don't want to have to deal with that radiation.
No, you know what? It's east of the city, so I do a lot of shows in Ottawa still and Montreal. And just that extra hour away from everything, it's a good head start when you're traveling. Plus, I just like it out east. Me and my lady, we went out there and we fell in love. We live right near the lake, and it's just a great spot.
Yeah, that is good. East is good. I used to be a West guy, but now I'm an East guy too.
West is so packed.
It is.
And being near the lake, it's a calming effect on your music.
Well, I play there. I do community shows, just free little shows, and typically on Sunday nights. I call the show Transition.
Why do you call it that?
Because my work week is ending usually on a Sunday night, and the majority of people are going back to work. So we meet right in the middle, and I call it Transition. I've been doing it for years. It's a good show. A lot of people come out, they just give me tips type of thing.
And where is it?
Right at Pickering, right at Frenchman's Bay. So basically take Liverpool South right to Lake Ontario, and it's right there, right in Pickering.
What is it? What kind of venue is it?
Oh, it's an outside spot. It's literally like a lake wall, and it's just the water. People just gather around. I think the actual name of the park is called Millennium Square.
So you just show up, set up, do a free show?
Yeah. The city's kind enough to give me electricity, so I bring a couple speakers and we just crank it up.
And it's just you? No band?
No band, no. They have band performances there on Thursday. That's actually organized by the city. That's a regular ongoing thing.
Yeah.
But Sunday night, there's nothing really going on, but there's lots of people coming there because it's a very, there's a hot dog stand, there's a couple of restaurants nearby. So a lot of people go there just on Sunday night to show Lake Ontario. It looks like the ocean, right? It's a little bit nicer than the beaches and let's say even the bluffs. It's just all water right in front of you.
Now, can you see the nuclear plant from
it's
there?
right to the left.
It's right on the bay.
It's
there.
like perfect view of it. Like
Right.
I'm only maybe 400 yards away.
Yeah,
So
that's
if something
nice.
happens, you jump into the lake and go first.
That's it.
Yeah, because they're not going to put any.
That water is the most tested water in Canada. They
Yeah.
test it twice a day.
Yeah, and then when they get some negative results, they
send you pills in the mail and say, take this if you're feeling warm.
The nice thing about jumping in the lake to escape the nuclear disaster is that they're guaranteed not to put any radiation waste in the water, right?
Hey, it's been there 40 years. Apparently, zero mistakes with it, so it's nice.
Yeah, and
I heard they're talking about closing it. I don't know if that's true.
they're going for an extension, because there's nothing safer than a really old nuclear reactor. Do you ever play in Ajax?
Yeah, Rum Diaries. I have an ongoing gig there every Thursday night.
What is that?
So Rum Diaries is a restaurant. It's kind of like a resto bar. That's one of my longest gigs. I've been there now almost 5 years. Every Thursday night. The reason it's called Rum Diaries is because they have a lot of different rum. As you know, in the West Indies, rum is it's one of the biggest, exports. So they have lots of different types of rum, a lot of rum infused on the menu as well. And then, yeah, it's a West Indian restaurant, but it's not like jerk chicken and oxtail and like the regular Jamaican food type of thing. It's totally fusion. It's totally different.
What do you like to order when you're there?
Breadfruit tacos.
Okay. All right. Hey, Mellow Dee, that's great. You got you playing already, but do you want to do an actual song for us?
Sure. We'll see. I got my little looper set up here. This is my street performance gear. So it's very interesting to play. Keep your hands close together.
Why?
Because it's only got 49 keys. It's half of the size of a real piano.
And you and I have I got the 61 version of
Yeah.
this, right? It's
Yeah.
it's got everything in it.
It's a workstation.
Every sound you could possibly imagine.
So I use a looper. I put this into looper, and then you create anything. So I'll show you. I just put all that together. One of my own songs. Beautiful girl, why are you alone? Where's your man? Notice in this restaurant that I join you if I can. She said, what's your name? I'm Mellow Dee. You can join me, but please don't play no games with me. Your waiter come set the table for two. Before the night was through, we were in love. She got me singing, so fine, so fine, so fine. She blew my mind away. So fine, so fine, so fine. She took me right out of my day, yeah. So fine, so fine, so fine, yeah, baby doll girl. So fine, she blew my mind away. So fine. I wrote that about 15 years ago.
That's fantastic.
Yes. When I first met you, I was just curious. You have a lot of gigs, but I found you. I encountered you on which street was it? Near the Eaton Center.
Yeah. So busking.
What made you go there?
Busking makes up probably 50% of my income. A lot of people don't realize that. It's a really powerful tool, especially in Toronto. Let's just be real. If anybody comes to Toronto for the first time, first place they're going to go, even before they go to the CN Tower or the aquarium or the zoo, they're going to usually go straight downtown. They go to Dundas Square, Nathan Phillips, and everybody goes by Eaton Center. So I like busking, playing outside on a real piano. So the story behind that is I used to use a little street setup like this, but on our permits, we're not allowed to use electricity. Even though you've probably seen it a million times in your life where there's a guy with a guitar or whatever, you're not supposed to use any amplified instruments. That's what our permit says. It's a gray area. Everybody kind of does it. So I was doing it, and during the time of Pan Am Games, I was creating all these huge crowds, and they reinforced it that I wasn't allowed to do it. So I ended up having to be forced to use a real piano, which worked out in my favor because by using a real piano, I think it just attracts more people. There's a guy on a real piano that he pushed out of a van.
You actually brought your own piano?
My own piano. I bought it, cheap, little $50 piano, Kijiji.
You had to carry it yourself to the
It fits.
outside?
I bought a caravan to transport it, and I made a little ramp. I took the wheels off of it, and I made a little dolly ramp out of it, and yeah.
Okay. Good. Remember they had for a while there. They had pianos all over the downtown.
Yeah. So the Play Me I'm Yours program was put on by Toronto. I still think they do it in certain parts, but those were huge upright pianos that were placed for just public use.
Yeah.
Mine is it's a little small jazz piano. It's really loud because I took all the panels off on the front.
Oh.
So it actually generates a lot of volume. It's louder than my speakers.
And you have to. I'm just curious because moving it around a lot, you think it might go out of tune a lot.
I tune it.
You do it yourself?
I learned how to tune it myself because otherwise you'll be paying a lot of money.
Yeah.
So every time it's moved, you have to tune it, but it doesn't go too far out of tune, as long as you don't bang it up too much.
So when you guys met, did you have the
I had the real piano. Yeah.
the real piano? So there you go.
Yeah, so I asked you about why you were called Mellow Dee. Do you just sing mellow songs?
I think my music's mellow, and the D was just an initial for my name, and I didn't want it just to be the initial D, so I went D-E-E. A lot of people call me D. That's like my nickname. So technically Mellow Dwight, and I like the dual kind of purpose of the word, melody, like melody, right? Music.
Sounds great. You want to do another one for? Are you doing all originals for us?
I can do.
And that's fine.
I like doing the originals on a platform like what you have. It showcases what I can do. But if I do a cover, I like to make it kind of unrecognizable at the beginning. So
Okay, so this is like a contest.
So this one is a popular one just this year, right? This is you'll see. So let me just program it like this.
And then okay.
Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you need more? Is there something that you're looking for? I'm falling. And in the good times, find myself longing for change. And in the bad times, I fear myself. Tell me something, boy. Are you happy trying to fill that void? Or do you need more? Ain't it hard keeping it hardcore? I'm falling. And in the good times, I find myself longing for change. And in the bad times, I fear myself. Lady Gaga. I'm off in the deep end, watching I dive in. I'll never meet the ground. Crash to the surface where they can't hurt us. Far from the shallows now. In the shallows, shallows. In the shallows. Far from the shallow now. Brad Cooper and Lady Gaga. That's my cover of it.
I just, it's so, yeah. Yeah, you can really tell when you're just listening to somebody who's got talent in your voice and in what you're doing with the instrument.
Thank you.
Dwight. It's just amazing. And no wonder people just flock to the Frenchman's Bay and Pickering just to come and hear you play.
Oh, I appreciate it.
You do it every Sunday over there?
It's hit or miss. It's weather permitting, and I mean I have a lot of Sunday gigs like booked.
Right.
So it's kind of just whenever I can do it.
Yeah.
I always post it on my Instagram. I do it up until about mid-October. I just post it. Literally, I warn people day of, and it's amazing how many people respond. They're like, "Okay, we're gonna go. We're gonna be there."
And I'm just curious, what was the first day you did this year, 2019?
This year I got lucky. I started in mid-May.
Yeah.
I mean, if the weather's good and there's and the power outlet's available, sometimes the power outlet's not available because they have to turn it on through a power box.
You think it wouldn't be a problem with the nuclear power plant? Just
No, they
Stone's
still
throw
have to
away.
conserve it because they have to make sure the houses nearby have electricity.
So where do you go in the winter?
I play down in Barbados. I play in some other warmer countries. I did Cuba last year, but I mean, Toronto. There's always something going on. So I do a lot of corporate
I
gigs.
mean, like to replace your Sunday nights at the lake.
Well, no, I won't play outside after October. It's too cold. But any of the outside performances, I mean, I'll do like a Winterlude in Ottawa, something. I did Winterlude one year, like a half an hour performance. That's all I can last outside. My hands freeze.
And where do you play in Montreal when you play there?
House of Jazz. So I'm one of the featured.
Really?
Yeah, House of Jazz. Both locations now. They have two. They have downtown, the House of Jazz Montreal, and then you have House of Jazz Laval.
Okay, I was just at the House of Jazz downtown in May, I think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I saw-
I'm there this Friday. I'm there September 20th.
Fantastic.
How long have you been doing this? Playing.
Since 1988,
Why?
so 31 years.
Is this all you do? This is
Yeah.
like your day
Yeah,
jobs
yeah,
because
this
you're
is-
that good.
And, well, you know what?
Right.
I made a decision in I think 2003 was when I brought it to full time. In 2003, I was like, I want to live off this.
Yeah.
You know, it's scary, and you know, for any other artist considering this lifestyle, it is a scary thing because you don't know if you're going to make it or not. You don't know if you're going to make enough income to live. It's more or less just to have gigs, but to live, like to pay your bills, to have your gas, your food, your clothing, your travel. But it worked out. I just, I did some schools. I went to a wedding dress store. A lot of people didn't understand this. They're like, why are you playing at a wedding dress store? I'm like, well, think about it. Who comes to a wedding dress store? Brides. So if they see me playing at a wedding dress store and they fall in love with that dress that they just now purchased, they're going to ask me to be part of their wedding. And that's kind of how I got that portion. And I do a lot of weddings. Weddings is
Wow,
a
that's
good chunk of the income. Yeah.
It's funny. I was watching the Newfoundland news last night, and Alan Doyle from Great Big Sea. The big news story was that he sang at a wedding
Oh, okay.
in Newfoundland. You got to watch the NTV news sometime.
Is he from out there?
Oh,
I know
yeah.
Great Big Season. I know they're the East Coast.
Oh yeah,
group.
they're Newfoundland. Yeah.
Yeah. I love them. They're great.
Do you want to do one more for us?
Sure. Let's go a little old. Let's go back on this one.
Is this original?
No, I'm gonna do Frank Sinatra. I'm gonna give you three forms.
I got to ask you if you ever do Stevie Wonder.
I can do Stevie. Let's do
I don't-
Stevie.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do some
I mean,
Stevie.
I'm just asking. Okay, I'll try both, like you said.
We'll go Frank right into Stevie. With this groove going with it. Fly me to the moon. Let me play amongst the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my life with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Stevie. No New Year's Day to celebrate. No chocolate covered candied hearts to give away. No first of spring. No song to sing. In fact, it's just another ordinary day. No April rain, no flowers bloom, no wedding day within the entire month of June. What it is something new, made up of these three words that I must sing to you. I just emailed you to say I love you. That's a new version. I just text messaged you to say how much I care. I just called to say I love you, and I mean it from the bottom. Yes, I mean it from the bottom. Oh, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Stevie with Frankie mixed.
That's fantastic.
Love it.
That is great. Okay, Mellow Dee. So what do you got? What do you got coming up where people can go see you?
Oh, I play at Mrs. Robinson. So that's 574 College Street. 574 College Street. I play there the first Wednesday of every month.
Or every month?
Every
I live
month.
close by.
Yeah, first it's last week.
574 College?
574 College Street. Look for it's Mrs. Robinson. It's a restaurant bar. Mrs. Robinson is the mother of hip hop. She had Sugar Hill Gang. They're one of the first hip hop groups ever. That was their mother, Mrs. Robinson. So everything in there is very retro, very 70s, and very funky. And all my sets in there are all soul, very groovy.
What time do you start? What
8 o'clock till 1 a.m.
Sorry, what time? Which Wednesday? Did you say Wednesday?
First Wednesday of
First
every
Wednesday
month.
of every month. I have to keep that in
The
mind.
last Wednesday of every month, I play in Pickering at Chouk, which is Chuuk. It's a Mexican grill place. It's one of the busiest little spots right now in Durham. That's the last Wednesday of every month. And then every Thursday, as I said, Rum Diaries. That's on 368 Bailey. And then on Fridays, you can catch me at Tremanni Restaurant. This is a high-end Italian cuisine in Vaughan. And that's Jane and Langstaff, 8555 Jane Street. I've had those gigs. Saturdays, they're usually private parties type of thing.
That's fantastic. Now, what if somebody wants to book you? Well,
I always just tell people Google the name Mellow Dee. Let's just look it up, because a lot of times people want to see samples. And so if you go to Google, I think because I was one of the first on Google, As soon as you type that in, that spelling, you'll see all of my videos, my website, plus my phone number, how to contact me. And
Do you ever want to play in a full band?
I do. I played with a band in Montreal, and I've played with some 5 pieces and 7 pieces. I just find the problem is, and it's no disrespect to anybody I've ever worked with, because I don't find it as an issue with me. It's just the long-term process of that is it's a marriage, and it's a lot of commitment when everybody has to mesh together continuously, and then you feel bad because you got to split up the pay. And then sometimes it's not enough, and then you have to wait for a big gig. It could be Valentine's Day, it could be a New Year's Eve soiree, or you have to wait for a big gala. I mean, where does a big band normally play, right? It's usually at an event.
All right. I know it's hard, but if you did do that, what kind of band would it be? What kind of music would it be playing?
It'd have to be mixed. I'm a firm believer never to play one style all night. It's just, for me, it's boring. Even when I play at House of Jazz, as much as it's a jazz restaurant, I play Motown, I play soul, I'll even string across some classical.
Well, the whole jazz thing now with jazz festivals, you get all kinds of music at these jazz festivals.
Blues Fest is the same way.
Yeah.
Everything is. And they have to, because I just think you lose the crowd if it's just all standards all night, or if it's all just pop covers, or if it's all classic rock. I just find the crowd, they're okay, he's doing Billy Joel, all right, or he's doing Elton John, all right, he's doing Neil Diamond. Now, you kind of know where it's going next.
Yeah, no, I forgot my question. See?
Yeah.
So, what about your original stuff? Do you have CDs and that, or
It's all online, all online. Now with the losses with streaming, everybody loses money now with Spotify and Tidal and all that. And I'm on there. You can stream it if you want. But most people ask me, "How can I get your originals?" Contact me and I'll email it to you.
Okay.
Because they'll be kind enough to e-transfer me $5. Mm-hmm. For $5, I'll give them 10 songs that are not available on the internet.
Right.
And I find that it's happier for me because it's $5 going to me now.
Yeah.
I got a Spotify check for $40. I mean, that's after 10,000 plays.
Yeah.
That's painful.
Yeah. 10,000
listens and I got $40. It's not right.
I'm curious about the first song that you sang. Is that how you met your partner?
No. We just met. We just met at a mutual at a restaurant.
It sounded like that.
Well, actually, the song does say that. You're right. I guess it could sound like that. Yeah, you're right. But she wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was. I actually wrote that at a single stage in my life, and it was just the way it is.
Okay, Mellow Dee, it's been great to meet you. Great to hear these songs.
Hey,
great to hear that you're
pleasure.
out there. It sounds fantastic, and I think people hopefully will have picked that up listening online. So
good. Well, thank you all you listeners and worldwide and Shello.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for coming.
MellowDeeCanada.com is the website. Okay,
Yeah.
Bo. Great. Thanks for bringing Mellow Dee in here.
Thanks for the invite. Thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
We're going to take a quick break here on Liquid Lunch. We got more coming up right after this. ThatChannel.com.
ThatChannel.com. ThatChannel.com. I met this lady on the street. She said that she wrote poetry. Now she's sitting here right beside me on that channel, ThatChannel.com. Ready to track it. ThatChannel.com. ThatChannel. Are you getting all that? Level seems okay? Good.
That's a jingle, right?